Welcome back from the break, everybody. Hex and I are back on the mics. We get to the third match of the day.
It should be a good one, but it's going to be weird doing it live in the Los Angeles arena because the Valiant are struggling. The Gladiators just did whatever they just did right there, but
they did something.
They did. So they
got into the server.
They played Overwatch
They did.
at some point in time,
but
maybe the Valiant can bounce back. But it's been a rough season for the green and gold so far.
It isn't pretty, Hex. It isn't pretty. They've had a terrible start as far as they're concerned, and it's not really going to be getting a whole lot easier going forward.
I mean, it's not typical for me, but let me try to give you a silver lining. In this, since the Spark are a good team, the XL are a good team, the Defiant we saw already are a pretty good team, and the Titans are a very good team. They didn't get blown out in any of those, some map wins, so they've just had a really, really hard schedule. It doesn't get any easier with the Charge, the Fusion, and well, I mean, Outlaws, but I mean, you're 0-4. If you go 0-5 in the stage, you're eliminated. That's it, because you can only get 2 wins, and everyone else in the stage playoffs sitting there at 3 wins. Yeah. Then you got to start thinking going towards the whole season. I mean, that's a quarter of your games is stage 1.
Well, I mean, who did they screw with, you know, to get a schedule like this? Yeah, that's got to be the question. Like, do I have to send Christmas cards? Like, what is it that has to happen here for me not to get, you know, 2 of the top teams?
It's a brutal.
Well, let's go ahead and hand it over to Mika. Apparently, she spoke with the Los Angeles Valiant and got some valuable information.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, earlier this week, I got to speak with the LA Valiant, and they told me that despite their current winless record, they aren't too worried about their future. They said they would rather work out the kinks within the team in stage 1 than stage 4, and it can really only go up from here. So will this be the series where we get to see the Valiant start to fly, or will the Charge keep their wings clipped? Yep, I went there. It's time to find out, Semler and Hex, so back to you.
Thank you, Mika. And yeah, that's the question. You know, it's true. It can only go up. When you're at the bottom, it's a pretty safe thing to say. Yes. You know, it's only up from there.
There you go.
Or maybe further down. You know, maybe they turn into moles or something. But hey, you know, speaking of which, we're gonna go ahead and see if the wings are out today because the Valiant Los Angeles are going to the stage. Oh, we have it here. Real tough start for him. I thought they were going to take the hand away at the last second there on the left. That would have been too cruel.
Insult to injury there. You see Kareem played flex support a lot last year, has gone over more to a DPS-centric role. There's some questions about his play, but the man who replaced him in Izayaki has been the bright spot for this Valiant team, one of the best Zenyatas in the league, so they're going to have to rely on him a great deal going forward. I still think it's one of the better tank lines in the league in Space and Fate. They were great last year, but it's just all about getting the coordination down. They seem to be doing the same thing over and over, definition of insanity. I wouldn't mind seeing them switch some things up.
Just throw haymakers, man, and hope that something connects at this point because they are now going to face this team, the Guangzhou Charge.
A tepid reception here in Los Angeles for the team playing the Valiant, but leading the Charge out there was happy. I think he's still one of the best widows in the league, though we don't see that hero very often. No. His Zen has been, or his Zarya has been good. Now this is a team that their record is not great, but they've had to play some tough teams. Remember, this is a team that took the Vancouver Titans to stage 3 of map 5, final second self-destruct and lost it. So they can hang with the big boys for sure.
Yeah, the Titans, just put into perspective, they're sitting number 2 right now in the standings in the league. They're right behind the New York XL, who are undefeated. So, I mean, Titans definitely not a team to be messed with. And the Charge, you are sometimes wondering, right? They have shown that they're capable. They've also shown that they're capable of having some weaknesses as well that they still need to iron out.
They do have a few issues here, but I think they've just got really good players all over the place. Shu is an emerging star, so the Zenyatta battle is going to be really interesting. He will even play Ana as well. Hatpa, a former flex tank, has been playing a lot of Tracer too. Rio plays both Hammond, Winston, and Reinhardt at a high level, and you know, Happy is the wild card, can play hate scan heroes, but also has a decent Zarya. So I think this team is really strong, but we'll see how they do today against a floundering Valiant team.
Yes, the Valiant. I mean, it could be one of those games where the Charge just get to keep building on what they've already got going, right? You know, if they know what the Valiant are going to be throwing at them, it's like, right, okay, let's focus on our game. I mean, we keep hitting this, and we were hitting it in the match earlier. It really is the theme of the season, you know, Zarya's, right? It's like, okay, yeah, you're putting your Tracer or your Widow over on Zarya. Right. They have the sick aim, but Zarya really is proving to be the linchpin of most of these teams, these lineups.
If you don't have a good Zarya, you're going to really struggle running 3-3. And we saw Godsby actually emerge in the last match for the Spark as a very good Zarya. Hadn't had that great of a year so far on it, but we're going to have to see that from Happy and maybe Kareev on the other side.
So these are our maps to kick things off. A little bit of a change here, not Busan. We're going to go to Ilios. presented by Toyota. The map set, all 4 of them will be played through. So Ilios to kick things off in King's Row before halftime.
Ilios, the home of great environmental death maps. They had a perfectly good map. They said, hey, what if we just put a hole right in the middle here? And I love it.
And called it the murder hole.
Yeah, the murder hole, the murder chasm, the pit of despair, however you want to name it, that is it. And I think yesterday when we saw this map, there was a record of how many people went into the hole. There was an Orisa pulling people in. Everyone's getting knocked in there. It's a fun map to watch. A little bit of the Ilios.
Exactly. As far as the lineups are concerned, at a gander, it's looking like we're going to get the Winston variation of 3-3. Bit more mobility, bit more cleave. Hey, maybe punch some people into the murder hole as well. So we'll see how that goes. Rio taking point right now for the charge. Yeah. You can just see, look at that cleave. It's
just
bonkers.
52% on Primal already. My goodness.
Fate is nowhere near. Fate needs to get his head in the game here, man. He needs to start cleaving some people too, because Rio's already up to 60%. And just climbing. This guy's going to have Primal for the first real team fight.
Able to take down space early too, so they're in trouble already. Knocked into the hole, jumping back out is Fate, but there's really nothing notable to say here except that Rio is just chunking him down on Winston. Already has Primal Rage up, and that was about it. They just sat in the doorway, let him do whatever he wanted. Eileen's near Rally. Happy is at 80% of Graviton, so completely one-sided in favor of the charge right out the gate.
Yeah, and Shu hits the ground running as well. 2 final blows to his name, and that is the Zenyatta. And we've seen just how important the Zenyatas are right now in this current matchup as well, with the Discord Orbs and the headshots. Well, we saw that with Neko earlier. He got MVP in his match.
Yeah, Shu has the 3rd highest hero damage on Zenyatta in the entire league.
There you go. There you go. The man that knows how to do damage. And already we've got Rio just going Primal. Sees red, trying to paint the walls red too. Gets him pinned in the corner, but that Zarya bubble's going to keep that player alive.
Charge down now. He realizes he needs another Primal. Just goes in right for the cleave right away. Gets a little bit low. He's got support of his team. Got to be careful not to go too far as they get grabbed.
He's getting great support though, and the grab is going to go through here. Bringing him in, and it's Char getting both kills. So, Charge, man, they've really hit the ground running. Yeah, they're looking good.
Hoppa's in a little bit of trouble. He's going to get D-Max, so a bit of an overcommittal as they lost Eileen in there and Hoppa unable to get out on time. Now the Valiant have a window to attack when they are going to have the advantage.
They'll have the Diva. Ew, Isiaki. No, Fate.
Yeah, Charge is just going to give it up. Maybe. They might just dance over here with the Winston. Now they're going. Char goes down now.
Man, there's nothing worse than a surprise sneeze. Okay. All of a sudden it's like, well, there we go. And yeah, look at him go. Fate just looking for the cleave again, and it will be a flip for the Valiant. 72% and counting for the Charge.
It is one part of the Charge's game that I'd like to see them clean up. Just know when you've lost a fight and disengage. There was almost no reason to go in there with the sound barrier and try to solo it as Chara. He had a couple of teammates with him, but it's just a situation where save it for the next fight. You're at 72%, so it can be questionable at times. It's not the first time it's happened either.
There's a replay, goes for the sound.
No, it's not even breaking down. Even had it come off, it's still not ideal. Anyway, Primal Rage is going to happen yet again for Rio. He's building it very quickly. He's got to find his way into the Transcendence, though. He's getting low. He gets top back up to that 1,000 HP.
Oh, buddy, the focus fire on him, though, drops so low. Still surviving, though, thanks to the leap. He's able to get out of harm's way. Just got to play those angles.
Kareem just donated a Graviton Surge to the Human Fund right into the defense matrix of Hotba. And now that one does not get eaten by the other side. The Charge are going to win this team fight very likely and will take back the point.
Looking at it, exactly. And now they're really priming themselves here for a lead in this best of 3 in this first map of the series. Googie not even able to just kind of dance around in the murder hole. He's just already out. So the Charge looking solid. The Valiant still trying to piece things together here.
And Charge don't have a ton to work with here on their side of things. Just that, well, I mean, they're going to have 2 support ultimates, which is just good enough, especially when you're in a defensive posture here. They're actually going to initiate with a sound barrier, get after it, and try to keep the Valiant from even touching the point. Transcendence all around, trying to get everybody healed up, topped up, but Valiant need to find kills, find a fight win, and at least touch the point.
They got half the kills so far. The Charge, definitely a bit of a one-sided affair. The Charge looking for the juggle. Rio not willing, and now he's looking for it. He's nearly got it, and there it is. Finally, the kill on Isayaki takes him out. Another grab gets eaten by Hotba.
Yeah, it is not Kariv's home hero. We know that. He's kind of struggling to adapt to the Zarya role. And it's been an issue so far for the Los Angeles Valiant as the Charge will take stage 1 of Ilios.
All smiles on the Charge. Everything going according to plan as far as they're concerned. 19 final blows versus 9 for the Valiant.
I mean, it's just Kariv had high energy that game. 66 average energy compared to Happy's 59. But Happy did 5,000 more damage than Kariv did. 15,000 to 10,000. That is a significant number.
Yeah, some would say that it is a big deal. It is a lot. Well, we're getting a bit of a replay here of Hotba, the man of many talents. We've already seen some crazy performances from him so far to kick off this 2019 season.
I mean, 2 Gravitons negated in a single stage. That's stage winning. How are you going to come back for that? Especially in this meta where Graviton is such an important ultimate ability to be able to combo or just win fights with.
We saw it earlier with the Defiant. They were so good at setting up that ult wombo. Well, they are going to be moving now into the Lighthouse. Is Moira on the server? No, she's not. No Moira. We're still in the Winston. Although on the Charge side, they've got the Rhine. So change of strategy here, perhaps. We'll see if they adapt as they go forward. Rhine is in position to cover for his team, though, dropping low Rio, but some great healing coming out on him, keeping him in this fight.
Yeah, I thought that was curtains for Rio right there. He got super isolated and pushed in, but as you mentioned, the great healing from his team comes in. He's able to get it. If you're going to run Rhine here, you want to be in control of the point first. Not going to happen. However, Rio is able to take down Izayaki, so time to go onto the point for the Charge.
Rio's got a bone to pick with Izayaki. I don't know if Izayaki owes him money or something, but dude, Rio just spots him across the room and goes straight forward. That is the second time at least. Rio still in this fight though, getting bolstered up with the rally, and now the trance thrown in as well on Shu's side. Happy, gonna go ahead and take a look at the flagstones down there as Fate is running amok right now. Fate with the individual plays to make the difference for his team. That was a big primal.
He's trying to do it by himself. Now they have to be careful because the Lucio's in on the point as well, but space goes down. Charge will take the flip of the point. It does seem like Valiant have called the retreat horn. We'll get back together. However, they're gonna have a window where it's 6v4. Lucio's going back for the Charge to try to bring his team in, so that means it's 6v3. Yes. And the Valiant are taking great advantage of this.
Yeah, perfect awareness there on the Valiant's part. They saw the window, used one ultimate there. That's the rally used by Agilities, and straight onto the point, and it should be theirs once again. So, super solid work here from the Valiant, at least on the second point, showing that they've still got some fight in them.
Just smart play, knowing that you're going to have the advantage, knowing the Lucio, of all things, is also going to leave, so you don't have to worry about environmental deaths that much. And they just take the 6v3. Charge are going to come back into it. They've got the combos up that they want. They've got Graviton, they've got Self-Destruct, they've got Earthshatter.
See if they elect to use all 3 in this upcoming fight. Happy, getting all the energy. Grav gets thrown in, eaten again. And that's not gonna go unmissed. That's 3 for 3 now. Hotba is on a tear right now, and Hotba with the 2. Takes out Agilities and Kuki. Izayaki, however, will be able to take down Rio, but this is still a Charge fight.
I am without words. That's ridiculous. A 3rd Graviton eaten on 2 stages of a control map. Hotba just has his number. Either that or he's the luckiest man on the planet. I'll look at replays and maybe have him buy me a lottery ticket if that's the case, because that is insanity.
Yeah, 3 ults negated so far.
So far, we're only halfway through the second stage of Ilios.
2 points into Ilios, and he's already got 3. I mean, that is really going to drive Kariv up the wall. Self-destruct goes in, used to initiate, into the corner, nobody dies. Sound barrier used by Char to keep everybody beefy, and they are trying to get some focus in on Fate. Yeah, sure enough, Happy, Rio, they're working together. Fate and Kariv are dead for the Valiant, and it is not looking good here for the hometown team.
It's getting rough here, but remember, they still are at 70%. They still have the lead technically percentage-wise, but the Charge are in control of the point. And now that rally's going to come out. Happy's got a Graviton ready to go, but now it's Valiant are backing up a little bit. Little disjointed here, trying to get rotations in.
Well, once again, they're going to get the Fairy Rio back into this fight, along with Shu. So we have the trance. Now there's the grab. Gets thrown in and eaten. Well, that was a different argument.
Yeah,
but
it's a different argument. A little buggy there.
Threw me for a little loop there for a second, but there we go. At least we're seeing that they are capable. Space is capable of negating some grabs of his own.
100 energy here on Happy. He's just got the eraser tool out and erases Fate. Kuki's next. Now the self-destruct coming in for good measure, but finds nothing, and Shu's on a tear as well.
Shu is just rolling right now, 96% and counting the Valiant. Well, they pin them to the wall, but they'll only get to admire their work all the better from there because they will be picking up the win. The Charge take it in 2-0 and start off the series strong.
Yeah, I want to give some credit to Chara. We talked so much about the Zen, but he only died once on Lucio. Very important.
Sick plays from Chara. He even got in on the final blows as well. The guy's a monster. Not just, he's a full service taxi. That's what's up. We're taking a break and we'll come back for map 2.
The Overwatch League is powered by Intel. Game, record, stream without compromise on Intel Core i7. And by Omen by HP, the official PC and display of the Overwatch League.